hardest thing is knowing that the problems that the kids are facing are just getting worse. I've seen more and more children, more and more young people with more serious problems. I've seen the epidemic rise of drug use among the teen population. And probably most horrifically, we've seen the increase in the number of children who are being pulled into human trafficking. For us as a youth shelter, we really started to notice it about 18 years ago when my shelter director came to me and she said, "Kathy, I've got a young girl in the shelter and she's trying to pull other girls out to take with her, and they have a pimp." And that was really our first entree into what was going on and how youth shelters were being used as recruitment tools for pimps.
We know that they often get recruited between the ages of 12 to 14. A lot of times they actually don't even come to us until they're 16, 17 years old. What we know is they're in a really vulnerable place in their life. And here comes a man, oftentimes through social media, who's telling them that, they're gonna fix everything that's wrong with their life. So the reason I'm talking about social media is because oftentimes people don't understand how it's connected to human trafficking. The reason I'm up here today is because we know that it actually happens here within Riverside County. Have any of you guys ever been contacted by a complete stranger online, someone that you guys don't know? We've often have found many victims because they begin to identify with these stories. We actually had a case where there was a man pretending to be a 15-year-old girl. And he had contacted a bunch of girls online saying, "Hey, I can get you this amount of money if you come down over here and have sex with this one guy." This guy was actually put in jail for about 100+ years because he had reached hundreds of girls. This is the case that I was talking to you guys about, the guy that was pretending to be a 15-year-old girl. Does he look like a 15-year-old girl? We were getting young girls who were coming up to us and pulling us aside and telling us, I need to talk to you. I need to tell you something that happened to me, and I think I might be a victim. And we make sure we pull them aside and we dedicate that time to kind of giving them an open space to kind of voice what's been going on, because likely they haven't voiced it to anybody.
One of the programs that we've recently started is called the What's Up SafeHouse, which is an app that a child can access 24 hours a day. A child can text and talk to a trained counselor. Because we know, because we're with these kids, they don't like to talk much anymore, but they'll text like crazy. And we do know, since we started the app, that we have stopped several suicides and at least one school shooting. So it's just another way to try to find avenues for kids to be able to reach people who can help them.
We are a transitional living program for homeless young adults ages 18 to 21, where they can stay here for up to 18 months. We teach them how to take care of themselves and how to do self-care on a daily basis.
I told myself that I'm gonna make the best out of this every day that I have, because I knew that I couldn't go back. I couldn't go back to the life I was living.
Some of the things that we take for granted are things that they have not been taught. Latia is a young lady that came to us because she found herself homeless.
I was running away from an abusive family. They just said, "You can just come in. We're not gonna leave you out there in the streets." And I feel like that was the most nicest thing anyone could ever done for me. That was at rock bottom, and I had just so low self-esteem, lack of confidence. I didn't know anything, I was lost. And then now I feel like being here, it helped me out a lot, mentally, physically.
No one else would have given me the opportunities and the experiences that Operation SafeHouse gave me, and that they allowed me to more or less got to grow as an individual.
This is the perfect place when you can fall as much as you can and they'll pick you right back up. They have the therapy sessions and that also helps for the stress relief, the anxiety, and now I just feel better. Like mentally, physically, I feel safe. It makes me want to really take care of that apartment because I really do feel like in the future I will have my own. And it just feels like a great imaginary place to be, like to fantasize. This is what I could have, this is what I'm aiming for, and I just can't wait.
I think what keeps me going is the knowledge that we are making a huge difference.
We are reclaiming kids from the streets and we are giving them a brighter future.
Our work is important. I've never, in the 30 years that I've been here, lost sight of the fact that we are changing lives and we are giving people hope, families and children hope. That's the best thing you can have.